Hey, how you doing? It's Chris over at 3D Palace. Hope you're keeping well. This is part 3. Now, if you haven't seen the previous 2 parts, why are you on this part? Go and do something else. Don't forget to watch the pre-video blog bit when I talk about what I'm doing and where the assets came from. Otherwise, you're going to be mightily confused. Now it's in the content directory. We've got all this stuff. Look at it all. God, there's so much. Right, anyway, I'm just controlling the... there we go. I'm just controlling the camera at the moment, as you can see, which is why it looks a bit weird. I want to go back to my standard perspective rather than my placed camera. So, oops, wrong one. There we go. So I'm back here. Okay, now we're talking about how this is going to be horror and junk. There's a few things I really want to do now, if I'm trying to keep this with a horror-y kind of vibe, and that is open it up a bit. We can't really go for a, what would you call it? I suppose you call it kind of enclosed cave-like thing. I really want to go for something more open to the sky. So that will give us kind of real sense of claustrophobia, but at the same time a kind of big, wide open space above you kind of thing. It's great. It means we can do all sorts of potty things. But trust me, it's going to be fun. It's going to be worth it. I had a good think about this last night, so I was doing the stuff. Right. Get rid of all these that I don't want anymore. I don't want to get rid of stuff over there. And you're, in a minute, you're going to be like really cross as well. You're like, oh, why did you do things that way, Chris? You know, why are you getting rid of bits that you spent ages saying, oh, I've definitely needed this, and then you're all like, no, I don't need them anymore. Well, there's a couple of reasons. Okay, I thought about it, I came back to it, and I looked at it, and it looks shit. That's one. Was there 2? No. Didn't like it. Didn't see the point. Okay, so stripped that out and left it the way it originally started. Now, if you want to keep what you were doing, okay, you go hog wild. If you went along and did it that way, you enjoy yourself. You do it that way, okay? However, I was talking to a good friend of mine earlier, and he said you should really look at the Soul City and Soul Cave releases, and I've never got around to it. So I thought, well, if there's any time, it's the present. Now, if I look at probably level content, architecture, ooh, look at that, 2 rooms, environment, here we are, meshes. This is the kind of thing we need. So you'll see there's building parts, look at all this, including some nice backgrounds if we needed it. And there's all these lovely huge meshes that we can use for like more background stuff. Now we've got some more stairs, as you can see there. Excellent. A little wooden bridge, which I think is lovely, that we can probably have some fun with at some point, probably up there. And what else have we got here? Well, we've got these kind of floor stairs for a cave, you see. Now, the reason I like this is because you don't look at these and you think to yourself, oh, well, on its own, I wonder what it'll look like. You think to yourself, well, what would it be like if we add it to all of this stuff? So, you're kind of thinking, well, what if I had this, and then I put this on top of it, and then I put that on top of that? And you're trying to think of ways to make things by just adding more and more stuff to it. Now then, I'm going to take this to 90 degrees, bang that over to about there. I'm just going into this corner. Now, if I turn my lighting off, unlit, I can actually see a little bit better, which is a help. And let's have a look at this weird floor thing here, see if it looks a bit too weird or if I like it. I kind of like it, but it's intersecting this staircase too much. Can't be having that. So you know what I'm going to do? That's right, I'm going to get rid of the entire staircase. There we go. See how that rides you. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, yeah, but how does Billy Bob Player get to the other side? Well, let's deal with that as we go along, shall we? So unlit becomes lit. There we are. Okay, nice. No, definitely not enough light in this little area here. So, actually, what I might do temporarily is drag in a light and use a directional. And that way, yoink, it'll light things until I get rid of it. There we are. Ah, well, it's interesting. I'm having that, to be honest. I'm going to have it in the middle, though, because I think it should be down here. I like it. So, I'm going to make it a lot smaller, probably. Maybe 0.125. F, just to zoom in out a bit. Let's make it intersect the floor. There we go. Because then we can give our pool a little bit something right in the middle. Dog, what are you doing? You see how professional I am? I have a small dog climbing into a paper bag. Oh, well, that's the thing, right? I talked about that in a video. Oh, sorry, someone asked me a question anyway, and it was, how do I manage to get stuff done in Unreal Engine when it takes 15 consecutive tea breaks to rebuild all the shaders and lighting, even in a single scene? Well, it depends how much shit you've got in your scene, to be honest. Now, at the minute, I don't have a whole lot, so baking isn't going to be too hard. Also, I don't have a lot of, don't have a lot of stuff going on. It's not a huge level. Now, later on, obviously, that's going to take a lot longer. So I'm always going to be baking the preview level, like the little words say just there. God, I love how that's completely overblown the light in my level. It's horrible. What was I saying? Yeah, so anyway, I'm always going to bake it in preview. Now, if I've used an asset pack like this, like I said in the vlog to accompany this one, I'm then going to go and load up a level that contains all the parts. Deary me. What is... There we go. Anyway, enough waffling. As you know, this is quite a genteel, we haven't taken our time thing. I want to avoid too much of this sci-fi nonsense because I don't need it. Okay, this isn't about sci-fi, but I do like this kind of stone carving here. I like that gear as well. Ooh, that gives me an idea. What if I was to go 0.25 on that one? No, 0.125. Yeah, maybe. 0.1. Get there. You'll notice I've got even scaling on here. Very important. You see, we're going to perform an illusion. 0.85. No, 0.085. Yes, there we go, finally got it right. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Now, I could have these animated were I to want such a thing, but I do not. And the reason for that is because I'm trying to be logical here. This is kind of abandonia we've got down here. You know what that means, don't pretend to be stupid. But this is kind of abandoned, yeah? So I like the idea that there's going to be water lapping around down here. This is going to be just visible underneath the water. And it's all going to be wet and horrible and stuff. Okay, I'm going to make a copy of this. And copy I'm going to make smaller. If it lets me, you never know, stranger things have happened. Maybe about 0.065. No, 0.065. God damn you. Okay, oh. And I'm just going to bring that one over because I don't want it completely the same. There we go. And then bring this one over here. I'm going to make this about 0.072. 0.072. God, I keep getting this wrong, it's impressive. So, if you've came across this pack and you've spent money on it, one, thanks, I need it. Unless, you bought it off someone else, in which case, dude, I needed that money, I've got to eat. There we go. Okay, so that gives us these nice three kind of cogs going on here. Now, I don't know if I've got anything that I can put with that that'll come in handy. I've got all these like little meshes here, but there's nothing I'm really that excited about. Let's see what I've got in props. Glow sticks, definitely not. Ooh, these gears are moving. They are moving. No, I said I was going to have them moving. I might have some moving up at the top instead. Now, I'm just kind of looking and seeing what's in here. Handrails. I like that. What's with these handrails? Where are they? Where are the handrails? This is one of those annoying ones where the handrails in question are completely offset by about 1,000,000. Yep, they are. Why do they do that? That means this is completely bloody useless to me. Honestly. Okay, we'll use something different then. I think I've looked at building. Let's have a look at the crap buildings. Oh, look at that, loads of junk I can be using. What's this pole do? Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that. You see, this is all about kind of, I'm trying to show you my approach to how I look at all stuff, and I think to myself, yeah, we'll put that there, or no, we'll not have that. And just start mixing things together. Look at these big, dirty pipes. Oh, lovely. I'm quite happy just look at that. Because I can use this to start setting things up down here, which is what I was doing earlier. Now remember, this is all about building this, and this is all supposed to be kind of pipes and crap and stuff like that. Now, because our player has an ability to jump, we can also use this to make kind of a simple, hey, how do you possibly get across here puzzle? Okay, so I've got one pipe there. Now, I do not want to stretch my pipes, okay? That is not a thing I'm planning on doing in the slightest. Because if you do, then your pipes will look shit. Because all the textures will stretch too. Okay, now, how big are these anyway? 170. See, so I can't even drag it up particularly. I can do 10 degree snaps, I suppose. And then click it 17 times. There we go. Didn't have it active. Ah, silly old me. There we go, so 17 times. Remember, I'm holding down Alt, by the way, to do this. And if you're wondering why my style today is a lot more kind of, you know, we'll do it this way, it's because I've shown you all the basics in the previous two, so now you are going to be doing what I'm doing, or at least watching what I'm doing. If you don't know how to kind of manipulate this stuff by now, then really you're going to have to up your game a bit. And drag that up. So, like I said, I want this all. Check that one. Yeah, I want this all kind of stretching off up here into the sky. Okay, I like that. I like having that stretch right up like that, illuminated nicely. Okay, so we've got one big dirty pipe here, which is SM Slums Pipe Blue. That's its name. So I'm just going to select these and then do a Control G, and that will group them. Reason being that now, obviously, I can use this to make a couple more, which I want to hide, you know, a direct path across here. So when you come down, you're like big pipes weirdness, okay, and it no longer looks like, well, boring, really. Now then, I'm going to turn back to unlit. I don't like it, but I'm going to. And I'm going to take this one. Now remember, it's pivots in completely the wrong place. Don't worry about that. And I'm going to bring it along here and put it over to about here. Now all I'm doing is I'm using only the assets I want to use. Okay, so if there's like, you know, assets you don't want to use, don't worry, they're not going to be in our project for long. I'm going to use a tried and tested method of getting rid of all the crap we don't need, because there's always crap you don't need in these. Absolutely always. Okay, I've got two of these. I think I'll build a third pipe just to kind of baffle the light a bit. Okay, a bit like a sound baffle would. So I like that. And then up here, I just twist it and do an Alt. Whee, there we go. Let's just bring this out. And as you can see, it's kind of going through there, which is perfect. I'll make it nice and high up. I am previewing this on my live stream at the moment, so I'll just give a quick hello to anyone who's been bothered to turn up. Hello everybody, hope you're all keeping well. Pull that to there. Just add a little bit of, you know, difference to these. I want a third pipe running underneath it. I always like having a third pipe running underneath things. Now, the good thing about this is that you can kind of use this anyway, if you want, as a way of getting the player to kind of stepping stone across here, so we can have some pipes running out across here. Now, I'm going to do that, but I am going to do it in a slightly different way. Now, I want a big pipe, so I'm hoping these are the big ones. Ah, they are. Perfect. Okay, now, if I go down to, they're not the big ones after all, so they were. I'm very disappointed. Now we can see what these are. 54 125s. No, 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 all tiny, tiny, tiny pipes. And this one's kind of a pre-built panoply of pipes. Oh, I am disappointed by that one. Although there is plenty of other fun stuff in here to use. I could have done with a big old pipe. But again, who couldn't? Now, here's a bit of, a different bit of tile. I'm just seeing again what we've got. That could work quite nicely, actually. Yeah, I think that's going to work nicely for what I want, because I like the idea of the player, as I said, kind of having to do a little bit of leaping around to get across stuff. Okay, and it's going to be all wet and damp, and there's going to be things, and it's going to be lovely. And the tiling kind of fits in with what I'm doing here anyway, so that is good. Let's see if we're down at the bottom yet, and we are. Sweet. I'm going to take this piece, and rather than using it, I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to select the cap that I just used a minute ago, there it is, and then I'm going to right click and place that actor. And as you can see, it kind of places it in more or less the right place. And then I just need a little bit more fixing to make it work. There. There. And then there. Okay, now I like that, but it's a bit straight. I've had this conversation before. I would like to tilt it a bit, but if I do, it might cause some problems. P.S. Can you see the deliberate error I made over here? I hope you can. It wasn't deliberate. The pipes don't go through the floor, Chris. That's right, they don't. Honestly. Right, check that. That's all looking okay. Check that none of these are intersecting here. And they're not. Marvellous. Okay, now I'm going to take this and place it, I think, about there, just so it's just coming out of that piece of wall. And I'll take this and turn it to 90 degrees just as we start. Basically building the level, you know, doing interesting things with it. So go over there, come out the back of it, and I shouldn't really be kind of showing you, how to make functional parts of this level. However, I'm assuming a lot of people are in the position where they want to make levels and you don't have a remit from a boss. You don't have like someone saying to you, oh, I need you to create this and I need you to create it because. Now, normally you're only going to create exactly what you're being given to create. If you're working for yourself, then great. Although even then, it's going to be very, very good practice to have a plan. Otherwise, nasty things are going to happen. Now, I am working to a plan, however, I'm adapting mine as I go, in part because I want it to be interesting for you guys. I want you to go, oh, that's interesting. And in part to keep myself interested as well, because it would be very hard for me to create a tutorial where it's kind of, now we follow this guide, and now we do this, and, you want to do things for a fun reason, let's just say. You want something nice out of it that you can, I don't know why, right, but it's called the showing, I call it the show grandma effect. You want something that you can show your nan. Look what I can do on that computer, nan. And she'll go, ooh, Kevin, you're very clever, aren't you? And you go, I am, nan, I am, you see. So, basically, if you can impress your nan, or in America, I suppose you call her grandma, and in various other countries, got other lovely names for them as well. But you know, if you can use it to impress your man, then you've done it right. That's my opinion. Let me change this to 5. You see, also working with other people's assets, when I create assets, I cheat, and I do everything I can to make my assets clippable, not clippable, clip to a grid, 10 by 10, 100 by 100, 200 by 200, etc. Now each unit, as I've said before, is 1 centimetre. I notice really that, unfortunately, when it comes to the professional AAA people who have made assets for things like this, they're not doing it the Bethesda way. I love the Bethesda way because it means you can just like recreate your assets as many times as you want. But not recreate assets, sorry, recreate levels, you know, using the same assets as many times as you want. It's a genius way of doing it. Now, obviously, if things are being created specifically for one specific level, they're not thinking of reuse, so they're not spending the extra time on development to go, oh yeah, we'll do that because, whatever. And that's why you end up with pieces that are quite hard to make tile if you get them from an asset pack. Now, a commercial asset pack, okay, you should buy one and the thing should clip together. It should literally, like Meccano most of the time, you know. A lot of the time they're not, because they're stuff that the person has built for themselves and then either find it's not got much commercial viable use, and so they've decided to sell it as an asset pack, or they've already used it in something and now they don't need to anymore, so let's go in a commercial asset pack. Drives me mad. A particularly bad culprit for this one is the steampunk set, which was one of the first ones that came out in the preview. God, it looked amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then the asset pack came out and leaves something to be desired, I would say, quite a lot, to be honest. And I feel bad saying it because I'm sure the artist worked really hard on it, but oh my god, it drove me mad. Because it should have been so good, it really should, and it wasn't. I'm just going to get that where it kind of goes there, and I'm going to take clips off. Now, no disrespect obviously to the artist who made it, okay, it was one of the very first in the asset store, however, would have preferred it if it had been a much better realised project. Because I thought, oh, I could play with that, do some steampunk. No. Now, you see where that's clipping up there? That's not really very helpful. So let's see if I can do a 0.9 scale on that. And, oh, that's not bad. Now it fits in there much better. And we've got this, see? Yeah, that's much happier. That's a happy Chris. Okay, now with that, we'd have to think, well, we've got him here, you know, onto these. Where can our player go from this? Well, I'll work on that a bit later. I wanted to put some things down here, because again, we're going to have water and all sorts of crap. Now, we've got lots and lots of fun things we can use here. See these, like supports and stuff. And scaffold, which is always brilliant if you can get some. Now, what I like with this is, I kind of put this here, and ideally I might give the player the thought that, oh, maybe this is part of the jumping puzzle. Now, I don't know if this has any collisions on it. Let's find out by double clicking. Collision. Yes, it does, so that's good. It's best to check that, because if a player goes near and just goes, whee, they're going to be really, really, really pissed. Oh, hold on a second. Marvellous. Now then, I'll turn the lighting back on again briefly just to show myself how it's coming along. Oh, much more industrial looking, just how I like it. Okay, we've got these pipes going across here. Now I'm going to have to break this up because can you see how these are kind of repeating shapes? Now one thing I can do is just randomly rotate them a bit, and that'll get rid of some of the stuff on them. See? And obviously the lighting is going to play quite a big part in this as well. Now we've got this down here. I said I was going to have a look around. Ooh, vents. I like vents. I sound very excited when I talk about that, don't I? And there's a piece of old dirty metal. I might use that in a scatter later, because that'll come in handy. But I just want to kind of see, because I wasn't expecting to have quite so much access to stuff, and I do, which is great. Now I'm looking at these, I want to see what this 200. Ooh, lovely. 200 is just the right size, as you'll see. There we are. Excellent size, in fact. I can start like propping them up against here and put the things in. So I'm just looking at that and seeing what I can do. Right, we've got some rails, wooden rails. I don't want safety, safety sucks. Have we got any dirty old barrels and things? Because I do like dirty old barrels. And bags. Ooh, and walls. That's rather nice, isn't it? What do I say? Now how big's that? It's bigger than that piece, which is a shame. Its dimensions are 300 by 300 by 37, so we're missing out a piece on top. But that's okay, because we can get around that. Now I'm going to take this and this and replace it. So, as you see, the rotation's wrong, but I can soon fix that. Link. There we go. And this is not, sadly, the correct scale or size for me, which is a bit sad. Yeah, 1.33 is in fact the size I'd need to use for this, for it to work. However, that's fine. I can make it work now, which I couldn't before. So I'm going to keep my back walls in for the moment, and I am going to replicate this bloody thing. Because why the hell not? So I'm using my move tool here. Alt, drag, no. Drag it by 100. Thank you. 1, 2. Okay, now what I can do with these is then start replacing parts that look the same. So right click, replace that one. Right click and replace that one with all these lovely ones, haven't we? So nice. Hang on a second, there, that one. Place asset with. See, so you start to get these kind of things coming together here. Those two go together quite nicely as well. And this one sticks out a bit, which I really like. So now all I have to do is grab these, and I should be able to alt, drag, and drop. There we go. And they'll go up to there. And then I want to see if I can, ooh, yes I can. Right click and replace it. I should be able to do both of these. And I'm not interested that they both look the same. Okay, so those bits of crack running down there, they don't bother me in the slightest. Now this wall here, don't worry about that massive shadow out of nowhere, by the way, because I'm not. Okay, this will be this piece here. Click and replace actors with. Now, you may have noticed a slight flaw here. One, they're not big enough. Those ones were. It's because I copied the other ones, don't remember. There we go. Now they're the right size. Weird, huh? Now I'll select these ones. Drag them up and across. Booyah, they sit there nicely. And you can see how they're picking up now. And I think these ones even overlap this one too. Let's have a look. No, they do not. How lovely. Right, now I'm going to take these bottom ones and these top ones. I want to swap these for these ones. So, place. And instead, I want to take these ones and replace them with these ones. Like that. Then I want to take this one and replace it with this one. See how it becomes much easier suddenly. And then this one I should be able to replace with that one. Okay, so now we have these weird buildings coming out of here, which is cool, making me happy. So we're just starting to kind of dress out this part here. Now, rather than going over the top of these, I think what I'll do is I will place my actor, SM Slums Wall 02. So I'm just going to place it. Replace it, sorry. There we go. And again, I'm going to just rotate it and mess with it. There we go. So now it's in the right place, right size, right channel, blah blah blah. So now if I delete these, and that one, remember, it needs to go. Make sure my thing is on, and here we go. Won't take long. There we are. Now I'll take this, this, and this, and I'm going to replace them with that one. I'll take that one there, and that one there, and I'm going to replace them with... What is this? Ooh. I don't know what that is, so I'm quite curious. Did I just load it? Oh, I have. Hang on. There we go, replace. No, definitely not. That's a giant piece of metal or something. This one looks about right. Yep. That one definitely can be replaced as well. Let's see. And maybe down here. What about there? Definitely not. I'll replace it with that one. Not that one. That one. Okay, now down here where this one is. I got to there. No, there. Definitely there. And see how this looks. A bit random, a bit too random, I think. Not so random as I can't use it. So why not? Why would you not? Give it a nice texture. I like it. Good damp looking thing. Alright, so that's came along nice. Now let's see if we've got any interesting materials that I might like. Building. Now most of these are going to be completely useless because they were made just for the floor, and I shall show you what I mean. See? That's actually, by the looks of it, like 4 different textures or something. So, again, see, and it's got lights built in. There aren't really any here that we can separate off and use without building ourselves some nice material expressions or something. I'm wondering actually if there are any material expressions here. Not expressions, what do you call them? You know what I'm talking about. Material, oh, never mind, it'll come to me. Instances, yeah, that's it. So I was just on a wee look to see if there were any, and the answer is no. So I'm probably going to have to build a texture to go on this. That's okay, because building a texture isn't a problem. It's actually quite good fun. Now, you see where this is kind of flickering like crazy because it doesn't like us? Well, we've got a couple of options for that. The easiest one is going to be just set this to 1. So we've got 1 to the right. There we go. As you see, it doesn't really affect here. But it does affect the clipping there. It means we can do some overlaps and things. Now, I need some liquid, so let's see if we've got any nice liquids here. We probably haven't, but I'll have a look. That's a glow stick. It's foliage, which we will be using, by the way, but not too much of. Water, look at that. There's a small river there. Now, this is yet again another one of those, where's the actual mesh things? Because we know that, there we go, see. I like it, you see, but it's not exactly the right shape or size, and it's certainly not in the right place, if you know what I mean. So, no, I'm going to use a different water system for this. Although we have got some nice splashes and things, so I'm not going to complain. By the way, if you think this is a bit rambly, this is exactly how the UDK set dressing set went, and it was a good set. I really enjoyed it. So did a lot of other people. So yeah. Let's have a look at these meshes again. Don't need rocks yet. I think I'll go back and revisit this though, because I do like it a lot. I really like these kind of weird little buildings you can just stick on the wall. Like that. I think this is kind of quite genius actually. See? And the thing is, because these are scaled 1:1 rather than, you know, what it was scaled at, which I believe was 1.23, because I had to scale to the scale I was using. These things really fit nicely, you know, because they go in the spaces. Now, I don't want that sitting over the top of the camera. I want it about, no, I do want it about here actually. A little bit higher maybe. Hang off the side of the building, I like that. And maybe over here, yeah, that would work. I like that. I like that a lot, in fact. It's really doing it as far as I'm concerned. Get it up to where the ceiling should be, because I've got this nagging suspicion I took all the ceiling. I did, so that's okay. As long as it's viewable from underneath, that's what matters. I may yet replace the ceiling, haven't decided. Probably will replace the ceiling there actually. How about that? Bring that back and have a look at it. Alright, I like that. And if I were to minus that by 1, no, can't do it, because I thought to unlock it, didn't I? Never make 2 of them. Like that. And then I just need to stick something in between them, and they'll look really quite interesting. What can I stick in between them? Bloody pipe, of course, what else? So, a pipe. Because this level's all about pipes. You maybe think to yourself, well, why? But they're a fundamental building block, but we're still using just the same few pieces over and over and over again, which makes our job so much easier. Okay. See how this is all becoming like part of the thing now. We've got these weird water control areas, and that's what I'm kind of making these out to be now. I like that. I like that kind of a water control area. You know, for this big, weird thing. I don't know what it is. I'm being as careful as possible to not use sci-fi elements if I can help it. So I don't want to have like neon lights and shit like that in this. But I do want lots of nice, interesting pipes going on. Now you see that at the bottom there. I hate it when you get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. Now you notice how you can't see the bottom base there, but if I slide it up, whee, then it's going to intersect there like crazy. It's going to flicker and it's going to look awful. But if I could do 0.975, yeah, that'll work. Might need to do a teeny bit more. Yeah, a teeny bit more. Maybe 0.925. Okay. Oh, I see what's happened. Hang on. Click here. Forgot to lock it again. 0.95. There we go. Now, I want to make sure that I'm not seeing things rubbing through it, and I'm not. We still get the bottom piece. It doesn't look too much different, but we don't get that overlap. See? We don't get that overlap. Let's just turn it around. There we go. And these don't match up as much, which is good. We're going to have to really do something here to cover those up and make them look a little bit more. Trying to think of the right word for it, really. Basically, not as they are. Now, I like that, but it's not really the criteria. I might use it anyway, because it's not like anyone will notice. You'd be surprised how many times that happens. But I want to try really, really hard to get this. I like the idea that all the windows are kind of blocked by this crap going over them. You know, I really like that. these coming right out over here. That's quite good actually, because it means I can have that going into there. I don't think that's going to fit though, I think it's going to go over. So for wee look-see. There we go, let's pull that out to there. Now it wouldn't come out the wood, so that is definitely wrong on every level. But if that's going to sit there comfortably and then go up through there, yeah, that works great. That's making me a happy wee camper. There we are. Because now it looks like we've got the plumbing going on, you see, we want that. Now I'm having a look and seeing what other dastardly exciting things we've got. We've got this, so I'm definitely going to use that. I want to make sure that at this end goes into there, and if I go up, yeah, it's going into there, a bit too far maybe. Just have a look and see if I can take off the angle snap and just move it just a tiny amount. Oh no, still that angle snap on. Oops, take that off I said. That way we've got them kind of leaning outwards, which I quite like as well. But genuinely I like everything about making this kind of hideous, industrial, messy, nasty thing. It's going to be lovely. Okay, got some more pipes here, but they're not the kind I want, so they can bugger right off. And then here I'm going to have some pipe ends. Just one there, a couple here as well. Like that. Toot toot. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, now as you can see, this part really hasn't changed. I've built in this bit. I'm not even sure how long I've been doing this for. Yeah, 41 minutes. Let's make it a full hour, shall we? Hey? Give us all some value for money. Now that everything's nice and patchy, that goes there, that goes there, yeah. Yeah, quite liking that. I'd like it more if there was like slightly more matching at the bottom, but I'm not going to cry over it. Now this is a floor. Let's have a look at this. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I do like the idea of having a bit of crap pavement. How big is it? Is it 100? No, it's 200. Oh, I'll do it again. Let's go have a good look at it. Interesting. Do we get a corner piece with this floor? No. But we don't have hideous sci-fi. I want hideous sci-fi. It made me sad. So I'm not going to use that. Now you'll see we've got these nice slump decals. I'm most definitely going to be using those before you even ask, really. I love the fact that you can just like drag them on the wall like that. And look, just stick it around the end of my pipe and suddenly the wall's dirty. Isn't that fantastic? Reduce the scale to maybe 0.9. There we go. And let's bring it across and stuff it on this one. Lovely, horrible, dirty old pipes. Okay, now over here I haven't got much yet because I think that's probably going to be for part 5. But I'm getting this part here done. Okay, now in here was going to be some sort of exciting kind of room with cells and junk like that in, but really, why? Why? Good point, eh? No idea. So I'm not going to do that. Instead I'm going to do this. Work on these lovely things. Cool. Now then, I want to get rid of that because I don't really like it anymore. I know, you'll probably think to yourself, yeah, why have you got that there, Chris? I don't know, I didn't like it, so I'm not having it. But over here, I think this is a job for a slum. Whoosh. And as you see, this one really does fit into this really rather nicely. I love the fact that it's all just made from old decaying bits of, you know, reinforced iron. It could be all, you know, old steel plate or any of that old junk, isn't it? Yeah, nice, lovely, in fact. Okay, probably going to close this ceiling off again because I don't know, or maybe some of it, part of it. Yeah, part of it. Okay, so as you may remember from earlier, when I removed the ceiling and thought, yeah, that's good. I want some of the ceiling, I've decided, because, well, maybe I just want to be annoying. However, it won't take long. So, set this to 100. Shift, Alt, drag, flip. Woo. Okay, back to move. By the way, just tapping space. If that's a big mystery to you, I was just tapping space. Actually, Control S, might as well save one. Okay, so Shift, Alt, drag, and again. Remember to let go of Shift and Alt though, or it won't do it. It'll just get really awkward about it. Okay, I'm going to make the ceiling an uneven height as well later, but for the minute, to there, to there, to there. Perfect, actually. That'll do. Then all the way over to here. Back, back. Okay, that's not bad actually. I like that because now it's enclosing the areas that I really wanted enclosed. So, pipes, pillars, all that stuff. I think though it would be a good idea for me if I then raised this up a bit. Again, remember, if this isn't in your design for what you're supposed to be doing, then don't do it, because you'll get in trouble, you know, of the person you're supposed to be designing level 4, unless it's exceptional and exactly what they want. Normally they know what they want. That's why they hire people to do it. Okay. Yeah, you can see the two bits I need here and here. And the reason I'm moving these like this is because, see, our pillars are kind of clipping there, and I want them, I'm just going to cheat with these ones by the way, but I do want them to not clip through the wall up there, so there we go, now they don't. Well, they do overhang slightly, and hopefully you won't notice. Okay, let's put the light back on. Lit. So now, as you can see down here in particular, there's going to have to be some focus on how the lighting is going to work to light these bits. Okay, however, this part is basically dressed apart from a few parts that are going to need to be done in the middle, and I might need to build assets for those. If I do, then I shall link you up to the tutorial, and we can all have fun watching that. That's quite a big pipe, isn't it? Oh, ooh, I like that one too. And that one. Oh my word. Hang on. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a clue right now. Definitely getting a clue. Okay, let's put this up to there. Just so it's intersecting the floor. You can see when the line goes through the bottom. It's not hard. Now I'm going to get this and, well, delete it. Then I'm going to make a copy of this and right click and replace it with that pipe. See there? Such a nice bloody pipe in there as well. I'm going to make sure there's no horrible gap at the bottom, which there isn't. Now we'll bring that up to there. And I'm going to replace it with this one. Yay. And then I'm going to grab this, because I'm going to have to basically find the right position for that one anyway, so I might as well just do it by hand. You'll notice again, remember what I said? Okay, this one's obviously going to need to be manually moved across. I'm going to snap it one. Go around and just make sure it doesn't look like arse. That's not what we want, is it? And then, because I've had a cunning plan, I'm going to replace that one with this one again. scoot it about. Wee, like that, see? 180. Now, if you know 3D palettes tutorials, you will know that I flipping love pipes. Love them. Look, that one's obviously been copied more than once. I know it hasn't. I'm always flickering like that. Weird. Oh well, must be one of them things. I'll not worry. Right then, so here, I'm then going to move this one all the way up. And I'll probably... Actually, no, I know what I'll do. Move that down a little bit. Probably set this to 10 again. There we go. As long as it still goes into the ceiling, that's what's important. And again, please don't freak out about that nasty movie thing at the top there. Oh look, it wasn't quite long enough. Oh god, of course it wasn't bloody long enough. I didn't copy up the bottom bit. Right, so I'm going to take this bit and this bit, and I'm going to rotate them. Now, if I use Control and G, I'll be able to rotate them a bit easier. It's a single unit. So, Shift G. So I need to keep them grouped. And now I can go up here. See where the ring goes into the ceiling? There it is. And then I'm going to move this up. And I'm going to change this again, remember, because it's proprietary height. There we go. And we've got this big, dirty old pipe going up there, which I love. Why? Because we can put things across there now, can't we? We can have something go through. Let's see what we have. Ooh, big long pipes. I do love big long pipes. Heavy, bolted together, manufactured pipes. They give such interesting shadows. So, 90 degrees. There we go. And find a nice place for it, maybe there. Hopefully, you're kind of getting into what I'm doing now and understanding more about why I'm doing it at the same time. There we go. I'm going to bring this one out. No, I don't think there's room to bring it here. Maybe here. So next to it. As long as it doesn't intersect anything, I don't really mind. No, that looks fine. That looks fine. Now that we've done this before, so Shift G, and I can reduce the length of these if I so desire. But I can also kind of trim off the ends if I don't need them. Have a look. I think I might do, but no, it's all behind there, so it doesn't make a bloody difference at all. Marvellous. Okay. So now, pull back again. That camera is going to be mostly obscured by these pipes now, I think. But it's not too bad. I'm getting there for this. Now, these big, straight old pipes here, they definitely need a bit of breaking up. So, if I just grab this and pull it across just to about there, and put this here, like so, just next to this one, just to break up the angle shape a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Right then. Now, I'm going to get rid of this again for the time being because I'm not going to use it. Bye. That'll just give us our internal lights that we've built, which look a lot better, let's be honest. Now, we still don't have a floor in here. If you want one temporarily, then go to Content, Start Content, and I think it's in Materials, just Basic Floor. Okay, I'll just give you what you need for now. Plus this bright, cheery colour, give you a very good idea of what you've got to replace very, very shortly. Okay, but just remember that obviously the 400 by 400, that was our kind of good time starting point, wasn't it? But now, you know, we're focused, we're getting our props in, we're making it look interesting. That's what it's about. Okay? I think the one last thing, last thing I want to do is I want to go here, and I'm just going to check my library to see if I've got the water demo in. I normally have. Here we are, water planes. So I'll add that to my project. It's free, by the way. Again, it's an educational thing. You can also use it in commercial projects, so don't worry. Water planes, add to project. And this just contains some water and some pre-built water shaders. Because making a water shader is great, but do we need to reinvent the wheel? No, especially if they're telling us we can use it. It's like, yeah, you knock yourself out, then we're going to use this bloody thing. Content, and I'll show you. Water plane, and then we want our meshes. Here it is, SM Ocean Water. Give it a minute. Got to do that little hand for a second, and there you can see like the water. Just there. Now I need to get this to the right size, so I'm just going to put this here and let the shaders compile while I do this. Make it about 50. Yep, that should be enough. Okay, because obviously I don't want it all there. Now this is really, really dark water. We don't really want it looking like that. So if we go to our maps, okay, you can see there's different ones here. So if I want an old looking lake, I just drag that to there. I said lake there. Why are you not letting? Oh, right. Are you going to let me use this lake? What? Oh yeah, there we go. Use the lake. I don't know why it's not letting me bring it across. Never mind. Lake water example obviously is decides to be a bit of a dig. Oh, it's a map. Jesus, I'm an idiot. I hope you noticed I was doing that as well. I was thinking maps as material maps. Shouldn't have done that. Materials, no, that's not it. Oh Christ, I just click on this. There we go, and only got ocean this time. Oh, here it is, lake. Materials, lake water, and I'm instancing it for the darker one. There we go. So that'll give us a good starting position. Now, I want some reflections in this as well. So I'll put my first reflection capture in here. Should be under, here we are, under visual effects, sphere reflection, drop it in. And now we can start like working out our reflections and stuff, you see. Pardon me. Okay, so that is around about an hour, let's say, that we've spent in each other's company. We've had good times, we've had bad times. We took away the ceiling, we put the ceiling back. So I'm going to tell Nan about it, like I said. Okay, so I'm going to go to the talking about this afterwards section, and I hope you've had a good time. If you haven't, tell me about it, and we'll feel sad together. And I shall see you in the next bit. Till then, bye-bye.